Low, low, low. Seems unfortunate for this. Hello, hello, hello. Alright, I think probably back to it. Okay. Previously we did a lot of crazy stuff over the couple of paths of that. C sharp, I think, maybe. But now it's a little bit different. I think I'm gonna make more of a learning curve on variables because Rust. Yeah, I'm gonna learn a little bit more about Rust. So you guys hopefully enjoy the video. I think what weirds me out about, I think what really weirds me about Rust is that it has its own other variables to be used. Like, say for example, if you put like this format will go in this format in by order, so like this. And it's also kind of annoying as well. Like, say for example, if you do that in reverse, it basically should still work. So your name is Jake, and this is my friend John. So basically, it's going to be doing that for quite a while as it's supposed to. And I don't know if that's annoying or it's kind of a different thing it's going to its code of ethics, I think. And yeah. And this should probably work as well. It's kind of more different than we kind of expected. Oh brother. Again, so am I construct 1, 2, 6, 4, 5. I think we're missing something. Hold on 1 second. Unexpected char, expected. Oh, and coexist, so I think it would work right now, I think. Yeah, my number is 5, the float is 599, the letter is D, the bold is true, and lastly the string is hello. Simple kind of variables are we talking. But it's kind of confusing. It really feels like to me, in my opinion, a bit more of JavaScript just added with a little bit Python in the mix, to be honest with you. So yeah, I think that's the data types, and for the constants, it should be a little bit more different than what it is. So I'm just gonna skip on that and just put another ones. I think we're gonna go with the const. So if you don't know what constant is, basically it's a variable that can be unchanged, but it can also be set to something if it's not unchanged. So a better example of this is birth year I-32 equal to 1980, and const birth year is equal to 1980, and then you're gonna have to print that. So print ln birth year. So yeah, it can really be unchanged because you can't really set a common variable to it now since it's already been functioned as is. So that's what const means. So, but you can also do this. So const number I-32 and equal 5, and there's another one, const plus and number plus 2. Then you print total. And hopefully it would work. Or maybe I'm just wrong. I'm just double guessing. Oh, I forgot about this. Keep in mind on that. We're gonna keep on mind on the like spaces plus provided to have a constant ID. Kind of annoying as well if you have to keep doing that. Still a 7. So you can like change its trajectory as well, which is really good. But you can't like do this as well. You can't do it like number is now equal to 10. Now equal to 10. And you can't do that. Yeah, you can't do that. Cannot assign this expression because, well, you can only plus it or something like that, or plus 2. I-32. You can only plus it on multiple occasions. Yeah, you can't do that. So yeah, you can't really do that. in my opinion. Yeah, you can't keep doing that over and over. Get on plus. Hopefully we can just hold on a second. I think there's been an error in my display. Oh, I think we're lagging a bit. Yeah, I think we're lagging a bit. My bad. I don't know why it's keep doing that. It's kind of annoying as well. It's kind of annoying why it does that for some reason. So yeah, let's go back to the operators. Plus divide multiple times. We're going back to that. And so let add 5 is 3 and let sub n minus 4 is 6 times 2 and let div is 12 divided by 3. Rem is 10 modulus 3. And we're just going to keep doing this to that perspective, and then yeah, so add going to be add. And I don't really want to bore anybody, so I'm just going to copy paste it. So 1 2 3 4 5. Not sure 4. Oh yeah, 5. So this is going to be subtract and multiply. And divide. I couldn't remember what the term was, but I think it's remodule. Remodule. I'm just gonna put module since it's like a term. Rem. So I think that would be just like the total of what would be on that kind of condition. Oh yeah, I almost forgot that oh. Let multiply time. And that should be like the emphasis of what it would be. But for now, you've been thinking like, oh, it's not gonna show like the flow thing on the divide. So divider is 4. I just really want to try if this works. So I32. Let's see what happens. Or maybe it's const still. I still wouldn't know what it would be. This divided by 4. Oh, sorry. I don't remember, but yeah, we're gonna be doing that for quite a while, for a little bit later. I don't know, it's kind of a bit more confusing if you just try to learn more of the codes that you're trying to understand, but it's still going to be different because a lot of us won't really understand what code would really feel. Sorry, that's a bit more cautious to say, at least. But I think I'm getting a little bit good at this in Rust. I hopefully you guys like this video. I don't know if I can actually see the chat box. For some reason it's glitching because it doesn't seem to update as normally. So I apologize if I haven't responded to what you guys said. Now it's time for the booleans. It's kind of simple, really, to be honest with you. Like age is equal to 20, and then let can vote. And what I really like about this is that it can do, like in its statement early on, like 18, and then you can print ln can vote, and then can vote. Can you vote because you're literally 20 years old? Maybe, probably, or maybe I'm just being overreactive. I don't know. I think let is a bit more of a certain thing to do what you're gonna like do. For being honest with you, I think I should probably keep this and like I can keep doing that. Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of like the main basis of it. So can you vote? True. It's true. You can vote. There's my parentheses there. Kind of my bad to just like keep pressing it still. Now we're going with the if-else. If I remember correctly, if-else are basically the variables where you compare each other, see if they're true or false. It's kind of different between Rust, however. I said again, it feels like JavaScript but with Python. It still kind of uses the curly brackets logic, but for some reason it just kind of keeps doing this. So 7 is greater than 5 if else it's not greater than 5. So else is print I don't think so. Something like that would be more easier to understand what it would be. I don't think so. Yeah, it's never true. It's false. Yeah, 7 is never greater. It's never less than 5. Now this is getting more interesting because in match it feels like switch, like in that kind of concept. Let day is 4 and match day. So this feels like a switch statement where you don't have to do, gratefully you don't have to do the case and break thing. You can just do this. So if printed Monday and Tuesday. I'm just gonna keep doing this until I get like the 7 numbers I needed. Don't say in the freaking comments 6, 7 because that is just freaking annoying sometimes. So Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Thursday, and Wednesday. So same like that. So if the variable kind of just matched all over what it is, it would do this. Oh, am I doing it right? Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Where's here? Yeah, I forgot about the break. braces, and then we go straight to print ln, and it just goes invalid state. So don't get really too confused of what this would actually mean, because in general it's just like which, but less complicated. So it's definitely going to be very useful in some periods. There's another example for this anyways, so you can also do this. Match day, let day is 6. 6. Day is so 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is weekday. So this is basically like the OR statement. If you guys kind of remember that the OR is like this normally, but no, it can't be just like this for now on. And you can still keep continuing it. Like, so OR, and then it's going to be 6. To be again 6 and 7. 6 and 7. So print ln, and then we're gonna go to week, and we can still do the variables as well, like print invalid day. Something like that. So that basically just rounds up what everything that you're trying to do in the first one we did over here. Just made it more a bit simpler to here. But don't get too confused, alright? Because this means when the value is closer than to each other, it's still valid. Like saying, for example, if it's 2.50, it should be 3, right? But no, it's still going to be 2. If you do this kind of part, but if you do this in this part, it would just valid to be 3. So we want a precise code of numbers. This is just for, like, I don't know, this part, in my opinion, to make it more easier. So that way it would be more like, you know, a bit more valid, in my opinion. Hold on one second, I think we didn't have an error on there. I don't know why, we just keep getting errors for some reason. It's just never normal for us, at least. Actually closing braces. Am I doing that correctly? I think probably normalize that kind of concept, however. It's only getting us in the concept this far. It is really frightening as well because it's very sensitive as well. Unexpected delimiter, again, 100, 4, 6, Rust Basic. I don't think we did anything wrong. Oh, I guess we got this one. Yeah, that's a bit of an extra. Probably be more aware of that kind of closing as well. Kind of a bit tricky if you just kind of keep like pressing the space button a bunch of times and you just forget about your curly braces. So yeah, that's basically more easier said than done. Yeah, I think that's a bit more and it's time for the loops. Never forget about the loops. If anybody's forgetting about the loops, I'll be considering of the loops because I'm a bit more cautious than anybody around us. Because I'm not giving anybody a single sense of what the heck is going on. So, loop, basically, can just loop around and just basically is going to print forever and for eternity. So, print L, this, go in forever. Yeah, and that's gonna go until it's never gonna stop. It's really kind of annoying as well if that happens. Because normally in some like programming languages, it just doesn't ignore that as a benefactor, but rather it's just gonna keep it that way as it is. So yeah, it's kind of like a while loop at this point. It's like a while loop. But it will never stop. It will keep going until the servers are down, I think. Am I right? It's gonna go on for 1 billion years. Yeah, you can see definitely that's gonna go in like forever. But if we put like an if statement to this, like traverse again, and then we're gonna add another one, loop, and let count. So if you don't know what mud is, it's basically it tracks it constantly at what the variables are. Like, say for example, if you change the name of something, it just kind of detects it more easier, so it's a bit more constant. So print ln and hello world. Then we're gonna print another if count is 2 or and 3, then we're gonna break it. So we're gonna have to break it. So break it down and then count plus n equals 1. So yeah, it's just going to keep doing that constantly until it's finally finished. So it's 3, so that's going to be 3 times. But what happens if I just remove equal? If I just say greater than 3, it's going to go and count to 4. Or maybe 2, I think. Yeah, it's going to go great to 4. So I always recommend to put an equal so it doesn't kind of just pass through that. That's kind of very common of an error for a lot of programmers out there, I should probably point out. Because when you're building like a sophisticated like password and now it's becoming like it was close to that or maybe it's near to that, it must be valid, even though it shouldn't be really valid, which is really terrible. I think maybe you should practice that a while. But I also think that it would be much easier if you just don't. So here's another one. And this is a while loop. Again, with the loop as well, it's still the same. But the thing about while loops is that you can add values to it. Like while count is equal to 5. As any normal while loop, it does this as well. So same thing as before. So count, and then we're going to add it there, and then we're just going to add count again, and then count and equal to 1. Simple, kind of a simple thing. It's easier to be like that. For some reason, it's greater than 5. Yeah, but a while loop needs a statement, like a built-in if statement. If it doesn't have any, it won't work. So yeah, that's kind of like a bummer for those people. So yeah, forgot about the count thing. But it should work. Okay, so it's counting to 5 at least. So count 1, count 2, 4, 5. It's basically going to do this forever. But what happens if it's reversed? Like, say for example, what if it's already greater than, or maybe less than the count that you needed? So say for example, your let count is equal to 10, and while count is greater than 5. And 5, and then it's going to print this won't be printed or shown. So something like that in Rust would be more easier if it's settlement more. Oh, I forgot. So yeah. Yeah, we should probably keep that in counted. So let count is, yeah, this won't be printed after all because it's never going to be shown at least. So yeah. So this is going to cause an error. It won't be printed. Same with everything else. Yeah, this won't be printed at all because it's unvalid. It's And we're gonna, basically, it doesn't work. So let's go back and let's try another one. So let num 1, and now we're gonna put an if statement to this one. Num equals to 10, and it's greater than that. I think we're just gonna keep tabbing this. I think I like the tab button, to be honest. I think I'm more relaxed while doing it. So if num is equal to 6, and break and number brackets and num is equal to 1. So yeah, it's something like that, a bit more honest. Yeah, I think, yeah, it's definitely. So if it's greater than 6 or equal to 6, but it will skip that if we added like +2. So it's going to be constantly be 2 because then we're going to stop until it hits number 10. So that's kind of like a bit disappointment. But again, always remember, have greater or less than 6 to make it easier for the system to understand the specifics. So if it's almost greater than 6, it won't be valid. So at least you definitely know what's going on in that. So we don't have to be more or less confused. So yeah. So I think this is another example of a thing I just said to break, but there's also like this continues. So while num is equal to 10 and if num is equal to 6 and then num and and it's going to keep continuing. Continue. +1. So yeah, I think this is going to be more awkward than it sounds, at least. But at least we know the things would be shown. Oh, I don't know if I did that right, like num is greater than 10 equal to 6 and num is plus and then continue. Am I doing that right? Hold on one second. I think I did the mistake here. So. Well, I don't know if I actually. I think we should probably be considering this. Am I doing that right? Hello? Wait a minute. Guys, I'm doing the errors as well, so yeah. Hold on a second, guys. I think I did something bad here. So let's go back to the while loop thing. So while num is greater than 10, and then we're just put the curly braces in, and then yeah. So if num is equal to 6, and then num plus just 1, and then we're going to press continue. So it's going to be another one to be added, and then we're just going to have to put another one here, sorry about that, and print ln, and then we're just going to number I think maybe this is a terrible idea. I don't think we're going to be doing this for a while. So yeah, hopefully it works. Yeah, I think I did a mistake a little bit, I think, here. Because you remember just like skipping the continue button. So yeah, this is going to just skip 6, but if we go less than 6, so the number is less than 6, so this would just print like, it's greater than 6, so 7, 8, 9, 10, so that's just going to be like how it goes for there. Alright, so yeah, that's basically the while loop, which I hopefully you guys think you understand, because most of the code I will just easily forget for a while. So yeah, I think that's kind of a long sharp to go. Hopefully I don't bore you guys with a lot of talking, because normally that's kind of like the common thing people would definitely say if they're not connected to their audience. But I mostly like, goals for people. Something like that. Okay, now let's go to the for loop. So I in 1.6 and then print it up like this. So print ln and I is so yeah, this would just print like what your variable is for the most part of like you're in. It's kind of different from the for loop that we know, because normally it's just like for I equals to 0 and then I in 1.6. So this is the startup for that. It's the startup. So if you put 0 and when you like put 10, it's going to go to 0 to 10 because it's going to start in that variable. It's going to keep continuing until it hits 10 or near 10. Kind of a different link kind of thing for that. And there's another one as well. So if you for I in 0 point and equal to 6 now, this will, I think you already guessed it, it's like I is, and then it's going to be curly brackets I. Hold on a second. I think I'm just going to adjust this part. It's just kind of annoying to put it there. See? And it's just going to keep doing this until it's going to equal to 6. So yeah, if you want better, more consistent of what you're trying to make, at least do these kind of parts where it's just exactly as it is. The fun thing about this for loop as well is that it can also do this. So you go in a for loop again, for I in 1, point, and 10, and 10, if I is equal to 3, and then continue. And if I is equal to 5, it's going to break. It's going to break that, and the else statement is print ln sorry if there's you hear like a background noise. It's very common. It's very common. So that's going to keep doing that until it's like equal to 5. But again, of course, there's always glitches on that if you just skip it. So yeah, the funny thing about for loops is that every time you just kind of equal it, it's just going to do that consistently. But I don't know if you can just like +2 or plus that for some apparent reasons. It's still kind of a mystery though. I'm still learning this, by the way. So don't be surprised. It really feels like more of a threat now. So yeah, I really want to get you guys a bit far. I think maybe this is the last thing I'll probably do. So say hello. And this is a function thing. This is the same thing as main. So this is basically the def version of like in Python, where you can just make your own custom like function, like hello there. And then you can just say hello. So say, same thing, say hello. Hello, hello, hello. And then it's gonna be doing that. Whatever you kind of inputted on there, it's just gonna be putting on here. It's simple and easy as that. I think, and here's another thing that most people still kind of ignore sometimes when they're trying to do programming as well, which is really weird, is that incommonly every variable that you put into like a def function like this, so like say for example greet, we're going to greet like a name, and that's going to be str. So don't be confused with the end variables again that we did previously. So yeah, so hello, and we're going to put name on you. So this variable needs a name, and we need to put something in the name, so it otherwise doesn't work. So greet myself. So yeah, it's going to use that variable that you created here. That's going to do that. So yeah. Man, we did about like 45 minutes on this live, and I'm already getting very more informed more about Rust. But I think I'm going to be stopping this for now. I'm so grateful that you guys still stick to the end. I'm sorry there's like parts of this video, this live being laggy, and I hopefully to see you guys sooner or later. So yeah, I think that's about it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the live stream, and I appreciate you guys actually watching me. So I'll keep doing this. If you guys